Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here, coming back at you for part 3 of Supernatural Season 10 review. So I'm going to continue where I left off in the last video, so let's get to it. Episode 13, Halt and Catch Fire. This one was about 4 teenagers, college kids or whatever, that killed this guy who's like this Wi-Fi ghost now, and killing them over Wi-Fi towers. Just killing them through Wi-Fi mostly. So it's kind of an internet ghost. And pretty much kills off maybe 3 of the kids, and one of them kind of confesses to Sam and Dean that they did this and tells the guy's widowed wife or whatever. The guy's wife or whatever about it. And she's not really happy, and she's like, talks to her husband saying, you need to stop, you need to move on, and he eventually does with the sound of her voice. That pretty much covers the whole episode. I think this one was 4 out of 5. It wasn't good. I just pretty much explained it in almost 2 minutes of this video, or little over a minute and a half. But 4 out of 5. It's Episode 14, the Executioner song. This is where Cain comes back or whatever, wanting his blade or whatever, so he's killing people. And Cass is like, why are you doing this? He's like, I don't know, I just got the taste for it again. So yeah, this episode was where Dean has to face Cain or whatever, because Cain did tell him, after you beat her, you come to me and kill me. But Cain kind of climbs out of his hole and kind of wants the blade back. And Dean does confront Cain or whatever after they trap him. And they kind of fool Crowley, saying Cain has a kill list and you're on it. Dean says that. And then Dean confronts Cain or whatever. So then Dean and Cain get in a fight mostly. And pretty much picks up the blade and then beats up Dean for a little bit. And then Dean eventually kills him. And Cain did say something about, you're going to kill Cass and you're going to kill your brother, just like I did. It's the same shoes you're following. And Dean's like, tell me I don't have to do that. Tell me I don't have to be that. And he's like, I'm sorry, but that's how it's going to be. And then he kills Cain. And then tells Sam and all that, because he thought he was going to die or whatever before he fought Cain, that this may be the last time you see me, mostly. But other than that, Dean walks out of that room, and yeah, he told Crowley that there was no kill list and you weren't on it. And then he fooled them. Yeah, he fooled Crowley or whatever, and Crowley ran off. And because he gave the blade to Castiel to hold on to it. So episode 14 is getting a 4.5 out of 5. Episode 15, the things they carried. This is where Cole comes back or whatever. And he's looking for his veteran brothers or whatever that are going off killing people because they have some kind of parasite they brought back with them. And this thing like drains you out and makes you go hungry and all that. So it kind of is like a dry out kind of parasite. It like makes you want to eat more mostly. And one of these guys or whatever goes crazy, and Cole gets a call from the veteran's wife or whatever, one of his guys he knew or whatever, and she says, I need to look for my husband, can you help me find him? Mostly, well, I need you to look for my husband mostly. And Sam and Dean do the same case as well. And eventually they find the guy or whatever, Cole does, and he gets the thing inside him too. And it's this thing like kind of makes you go hungry a lot, and it dries you out so much from the inside that you just are in so much pain. And this thing like it gets inside Cole, and then he's going crazy, and he's ready to chew on Dean mostly. And after they didn't kill the guy that gave Cole the parasite that went in his mouth, but Cole kind of had to sweat it out and make sure that he survived it, while Sam unfortunately killed the guy because he was past saving. He already fed on people, so it's unfortunate. So the guy's wife or whatever was like really heartbroken about that. So Cole survived, and that was the last time you see Cole. And then Sam and Dean take off, so case closed mostly. This episode's getting a 4.5 out of 5. Episode 16, Paint It Black. This is in a monastery or some kind of church where this ghost who's a Italian or something, or from Italy, is like they're haunting people and making them kill. So it's kind of a vengeful ghost mostly. And Sam and Dean have to stop it, and Dean's talking to the father about what if I can't be saved mostly, and he feels like he's past saving, so it's like has a darkness inside him is kind of what he's referencing to the father he's talking to in one of the booth rooms, or if you know what I'm talking about, the confession room or whatever. And then what is it? The spirit does possess someone, and then they do stop the spirit. Sam had to burn the painting, so they're painting. My bad. This episode was okay. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. So there wasn't much to tell. Episode 17, Inside Man. This is where Bobby returns as well, just to help Sam and Castiel to figure out how to, just to get Metatron out of heaven so they can find out how to cure Dean from the mark and all that. And then Sam kind of shoots Metatron after his grace gets taken, and they put it inside a bottle cap because they make him human. And after he gets shot, he's like, ow. He's like, now you're human. And he's like, I was just screwing you over mostly. I wasn't telling you the truth. He's like, so where is it? And he's like, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that I have Castiel's grace and I know where it is. And he takes Castiel with him so they can go find Cass's grace. So Sam and Castiel part ways there. And then Bobby parts ways with them as well after he rescues Metatron and gets Metatron out of heaven. And this episode, at the same time of that happening as well, Dean was in a bar mostly, and then Rowena's wanting to kill Dean mostly because of him having them. I don't remember, it was over something, but mostly Rowena doesn't succeed, and then that's where Crowley finds out that Rowena's just playing Crowley and using him. And he's like, she's not really family. He's like, family sticks by you. So yeah, Crowley's kind of growing a conscience, and mostly. So he's like, back then you would be hunting us and trying to screw us over, but now you just want to have a drink with us. He's like, Yeah, sadly, you're right. So Rowena didn't succeed, and Crowley did mention to Dean, he's like, that mark that's on you, my mother said it's just a curse, it can be removed. And Dean was kind of a little happy and surprised to hear that. So that's where Crowley kind of takes charge and kicks Rowena out of his life, mostly. His own mother. It's like, get out of here. And then he kind of yells, he's like, 'cause I'm frickin' Crowley. I do what I want, I take what I want when I want. So, yeah. And I don't take orders from you, mostly, so that's where she left. And she kind of ended it with saying, you're nothing but the Winchester's bitch. This episode is getting a 4.5 out of 5, because it didn't do so bad. Episode 18, Book of the Damned. This is where Charlie comes back in this one, and she's running away from these guys or whatever, saying, we know where it is, and you know we have the book or whatever. So she gets away from the guys and kills one of them. And then the other one's like, you can't run away forever, little girl. And that's where it closes off and starts it. And that's where Sam and Dean get a call from her saying that she found the Book of the Damned. And then Dean is surprised to hear that. And he's like, what's she talking about? And then Sam's like, you found it? Like, yeah, it was not easy. So Sam kind of lied to Dean about her searching to help him or whatever. And they find the Book of the Damned. Yeah, she finds the Book of the Damned, and then she comes to Sam and Dean to meet them at a cabin or so, wherever. And then Dean's looking at the pages or whatever, and he's just obsessed with the book. And he moved in a different location. And then Sam is like, Dean. And then Dean's like, it'd be best if I don't touch this. And that's where Dean goes out or whatever after he talked to Sam and had their brother moment saying, oh, I don't know if this can work, but if it does, I'm going to be so happy. So, yeah, and Charlie's like, is he okay? And then Sam's like, he's getting worse. And that's where Dean runs into two of these guys at the convenience store. One of them's looking for Charlie or whatever that has the book. They're like, we know where the book is. And you're going to lead us to it. And then Dean miraculously gets out of that after they see the mark. And he's like, oh, that's why you need the book. So, yeah, he beats them up and shoots them and then runs away. And then they come after them or whatever. These Stein guys or whatever they're called. They're the Stein family. And then Dean just said right when they're about to pounce on the door to Sam, he said, burn the book. And then he didn't. So he fooled Dean or whatever. He just burned a book. And then one of the guys saw it and he's like, you stupid boy. And then he kills the guy. And then that's where he has the book. And then after that whole encounter and after they beat him, Charlie and Dean and Sam part ways. And then Sam meets Rowena to ask for his help or whatever so she can read the book and all that. And that's where it ends it. So episode 18 is getting a 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to end it here right now. I'm sorry. I was going to do 19, but that's going to be in the final one. So I'm going to have one more part to do for this review. Hopefully, if I can do it all in one video. So stay tuned and comment below if you liked this review if I did. And yeah, I'll basically see you in the next video.